Hello and thank you for joining us. In this presentation, it's all about sharing files with Box from iManage Work. Now you're probably wondering if you should be watching this video. Well, here's a couple of questions to help you get to that answer. Do you use Box? Do you use iManage? Do you use Box to share files that are stored in iManage? Well, if you answered yes to any of these questions, it probably makes sense to watch this video. So let's get started. Here we are in iManage, and of course our objective is to share a file using a Box share link. So I go to my file in question, I click on the menu, I go to File Sharing with Box. From here I can decide the link permissions. We'll say can edit if you have this link. We'll say only invited people can do this, and of course I can add an email address. And of course, I can add multiple email addresses if appropriate. Now, the next thing is I can lock the file. What that means is if it's locked, nobody else can do any editing to the file while it's in iManage, except, of course, myself, the person that locked it, while it's being edited inside of Box, all right, avoiding collisions and so forth. We'll put an expiration date on this link, the 28th, and I say create link. Here it is. I've got my link. I can just copy this link to the clipboard and, of course, share it with anybody via email or what have you. But for purposes of our exciting demo, I'm just going to drop this link in the browser. And, of course, here is my file. Now, I'll do a quick edit on the file. Edit online. And nothing exciting. We'll replace more data with great data. All right, so we've added some information here. Automatically save the box. Let me close this out. All right, I'm just gonna hit refresh. We all know it'll show up anyway, but let me hit refresh real quick. And there's version 2 with great data. So now I'm gonna go back to iManage. All right, now if I refresh my screen, you'll notice the file is locked because remember, once I shared it in there, we locked the file. So only myself, if you will, can go off and make any changes. Nobody else can while it's being edited inside of Box. Now, I'm going to go back to my menu, back to file sharing. I've got two options when I go back here. You'll notice that the first thing that pops up is it says, oh, look, file currently being shared. So it tells you that the name of the file, the version in iManage that was shared in Box, the time, and the date. I can either A, push the latest version in iManage. So if I've made any changes for whatever reason, and I want to put the latest version inside of Box, I've got control of that. I can say share the latest version in iManage with Box link. Or I could just retrieve the latest version from Box. I'm going to say retrieve the latest version and hit the retrieve button. And the file is back. Let me close this out. I'm going to refresh my iManage screen. You notice it says locked right now. Version says 3. Let me hit refresh. You notice the lock is gone. I'm at version 4. And if I go off and preview the file, you'll see some great data there. So that's how easy it is to both share a file using a Box link from iManage, as well as retrieve that file from Box. So what did you learn? Well, you learned you can easily share files in iManage using Box. You can easily retrieve shared files from Box and make them the latest version of the file in iManage. So what are your next steps? Well, it's time to reach out to Mike Strategies so we can help you like we help our other clients.